Algo que digo, "Buah, me encantaría, pero me encantaría hacerlo con alguien grande, con alguien de verdad, con un nombre establecido, alguien que sume a mi carrera deportiva que tanto me ha costado construirlo. No me gustaría ponerlo en manos de un don nadie, ¿sabes? Por dinero. O sea,
Ryan García, por ejemplo.
sería un combatazo, me encantaría y aparte lo veo como muy cómodo para mí, un combate como Ryan Garcia. Lo veo que lo voy a quebrar mucho antes de que llegue a la decisión de los jueces.
My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to be the person? Who is going to be the man in the boxing world to beat Ilia Topuria, to introduce him to the sport and give him a nice little beating that has been wow overdue? Ladies and gentlemen, you just seen Ilia Topuria. And if you guys don't know who Ilia Topuria is and why this matters, first of all, he's one of the best fighters in the UFC right now. He's a 2-division world champion. The dude won the title at the featherweight division, knocking out Alexander Volkanovski, being the first guy to knock him out at his actual weight class, the second guy to knock out Volkanovski, following Islam versus Volkanovski's 2 fight. Then after he knocks out Volkanovski, the dude goes and knocks out a man that's never been knocked out before in his career, in Max the Blessed Holloway. And my goodness, was that absolutely electrifying. Then decides, you know what? I'm moving up from the featherweight division to the lightweight division. And they put him in a world title shot. As Islam Makhachev was the reigning lightweight champion before that, he decides to move up to the welterweight division. Ilia Topuria, Charles the Bronx Oliveira fight for the title, and Topuria knocks this dude out. He knocked out Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira in one of the best, greatest knockout streaks in UFC history. Just being the type of fighters that he fought, knocking them out. Ilia Topuria, who is headlining the UFC White House card, going up against Justin Gaethje. Wow. This ain't nothing new for Topuria, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't nothing new. If y'all don't remember, during the lead up to Terrence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, Ilia Topuria decided to start talking trash on Terrence Bud Crawford, saying that he would knock him out in the first round, posting a picture of him and saying who would win, continuing to talk that smack. You had Terrence Bud Crawford actually come out on Ariel Helwani's podcast and respond to what Ilia Topuria was doing.
To be honest, I never even seen this dude fight. I ain't even gonna lie. You know, I'm not worried about that guy at all. You know, it's crazy how, you know, things work, you know. I didn't even know who he was. When he seen me at the UFC, he came up and shook my hand saying, "What's up?" to me. I didn't even know who he was, you know, but then I see him online talking about he had knocked me out and in the first round and this and that and this. Well, if you wanted to fight me, you had the opportunity to tell me like, "Hey man, I want to fight you. What's up?" Like, that's fake. You know, if I don't like somebody, if I want to fight them for whatever reason, I would have been like, "Hey, what's up, man? What you think about me and you fighting?" I'm not going to go hide behind, you know, the keyboard and things like that and then be like, "Oh, I knocked this dude out, this and that and this." I think that's fake.
And now he finds himself once again within the boxing world talking crap on Ryan Garcia. And I want to read it to you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to read this to you. First off, Ryan Garcia seen the video that I showed you guys in the beginning and had to react to it and said this: "You are a damn good striker for MMA. That's it. You wouldn't be sipping on tea after our fight. You would be eating through a straw after our fight. Stay in your lane, and I'll gladly stay in mine. But y'all know Topuria had to respond to this, right? He says, you built your name on hype. I built mine by putting legends to sleep. I would give you a boxing lesson. We are not on the same level. But bring the guy that you fight in September, and I'll beat both of you guys in the same goddamn ring. Topuria saying you give Ryan Garcia a boxing lesson. Bruh, let's continue. Ryan Garcia says, I built my name sleeping guys that are way better boxers than you will ever be. You've seen many MMA fighters try, and you'll just be another UFC hype job cashing out by getting knocked out by another boxer. Which is 100% true. We've seen Conor McGregor do it. We've seen Francis Ngannou do it. All these guys decide to come to the boxing worldwide to get the biggest pay of their career. And how does it always turn out? Wow, Francis in the first fight with Tyson Fury was a little bit different, but Tyson Fury, of course, didn't come in the best of shape. Ends up going in there against Anthony Joshua, gets put to sleep in 1 round. Let's continue. Ilia Topuria says, the biggest win of your career came with steroids against Devin Haney. So that's where your confidence comes from? Interesting. Ryan Garcia says, aren't MMA fighters notorious for all being on the juice? Shut your ass up. Now that you can't stop talking, we can really do this after my fight in September, just to flatline you. Garcia just said, after I'm done fighting Conor Ben in September, you could get an X. Ryan's getting heated, ladies and gentlemen. Terrence Bud Crawford wasn't really showing any energy, wasn't really putting any effort back into that fight. Why? Because Topuria is nothing to Terrence Bud Crawford. But it's a little easier to get under Ryan Garcia's skin. Ryan Garcia also being a social media type of dude, right? This is getting clicks and views for the both of them. So, of course, they are into this type of stuff. Now, Ilia Topuria responds to Ryan Garcia saying, you tested positive and still talk about flatlining people. That confidence is artificial. The world already saw what you needed to win. Juice in your ass. And Ryan Garcia just responded. It's the last response. It's been about 4 hours now. Neither one of them has said anything since then. But Ryan Garcia says, yeah, you a weirdo. Do your research and don't talk about anything in my ass, weirdo. You need a girlfriend again. You acting real strange. He said you need a girl again. If you don't know, Ilia Topuria been out of the ring for a little bit. Why? The dude has been dealing with legal issues that he won, but a divorce between him and his baby mama. Garcia saying you need a new girl, talking about putting things in my ass. Ladies and gentlemen, everything that Ilia Topuria says is cap. Don't believe none of it. This guy does not believe that he'll give Ryan Garcia a boxing lesson. Simple as that. What Ilia Topuria does from the UFC, he's the #1 guy that does this. He's looking to get a big payday in the boxing world and will constantly disrespect any boxer except for Canelo Alvarez. The dude says Canelo Alvarez, he looks up to him. The dude says a lot of his striking comes from Canelo Alvarez. But the dude constantly throws disrespect to boxers. Ilia Topuria, because he's knocked out some great fighters, but in my opinion, nothing even close to the same as Ryan Garcia. He has this built-up confidence in him that I can knock out any boxer. And I'm right here right now saying, who is going to step up and face this dude? Who is going to face up? Who is going to get down with Ilia Topuria? I know it ain't going to be as big as Conor McGregor versus Floyd and Money Mayweather Jr. But, bro, I want y'all to go look at the numbers, the views, the likes that Ilia Topuria is getting on his Twitter account compared to Ryan Garcia. The UFC fan base backs up their fighters so much to the point where it's more than boxers. Boxers make more money. Some boxers are more famous. But the UFC fans aren't like the boxing fans. The UFC world, the MMA world, will get behind Ilia Topuria and we'll watch this fight. Bruh, it'll be absolutely humongous. Bigger than Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia. Y'all think that is big? That ain't big. I bet you Ilia Topuria versus Ryan Garcia does more or does the same amount of numbers as the biggest fight that you could give Ryan Garcia right now. A rematch with Devin the Dream Haney. This fight, I don't care if it's Ryan Garcia or who it is. I wouldn't mind Ryan Garcia fighting against Conor Benn and then giving Ilia Topuria a goddamn lesson. Just to the fact of the confidence that Topuria got. Yo, I admire it. Don't get me wrong. I love the confidence, dog. But this is all cap coming from Ilia Topuria. I hope someday this ends up happening. Great stuff. Let me know what you guys think. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel bringing it to you. And I'm